To our principal, Mr. Ryan, our deputy principal, Mr. Kingston, our former year head, Ms. Mulderrick, and current year head, Mr. Moriarty, our tutors, members of staff, parents, friends, and most importantly, fellow classmates. Welcome to the graduation ceremony of St. Mac Daras Community College, class of 2010. We'd also like to warmly welcome our guest speaker for our ceremony, Dr. Mary Griffin, CEO of County Dublin VEC. We're very much honoured and humbled to have this opportunity to share with you some of our fondest moments that we've all shared here at St. Mac Daras.
It really is fun. Curry fáilte rud go léir seo, nó cuidíthe, brun na déine go láiste thóg fear naimh ina. Go háirithe, curby fáilte rud an dúspal riam an príomhide, Mr. Kingston an last príomhide, an Lord Clíbhine, Miss Mulderrick, agus an Gem Lína, Hugh Lawler, Mr. Moriarty. Curby fáilte special for riam ar nó múntóir, born na scola, agus ar gcuid cóga go féin siad is na dalton. Curby fáilte cruel riam an éis go síos ina, Dr. Moira Griffin, Caroline of this permitted in whose boy of him. Tommy Yanha is she the push will yet to win. The cooking her a tall guard, the green ring, little there.
We sat in this very hall 5 years ago. So many things have changed since then. Back then, Bertie Hearn was Taoiseach, the Celtic Tiger was alive and well, the Irish soccer squad had been halted on its tracks to go to the World Cup and a 1-0 loss to France at Lansdowne Road, and Arsenal had just won the FA Cup. Most of us were only half as tall as we are now, braces were in abundance, and we were greeted by the then principal, Mr. McPhillips.
Now, we stand taller and more confident in a very different Ireland than one we had before. Mr. McPhillips is retired, the Celtic Tiger is being looked after by the ISPCA, and once more Ireland's not going to the World Cup, leaving no promise.
During our first day in St. Mac Daras, we tried to cope with the weight of the bags, the massive amount of homework we were given compared to primary school, and that nearly everyone was a stranger. We got used to each other and overcame the awkward small talk and soon became good friends. For many, PE became our favourite class with Mr. Jason Carey convincing us that we wouldn't be singing for much longer as he would surely become the new Irish football manager, replacing Brian Kerr. He would then become the new French football manager and just maybe we would have had a chance to go to the World Cup this year. This wasn't to be as the position was snatched from his hands, Steve Simon became the position, but Mr. Carey, you're still the yapper.
As we progressed in the second year, Mr. Ryan became principal of the school following the departure of Mr. McPhillips, and Mr. Kingston assumed the position of deputy principal. This is a great new change and new experience for the school, and we're certainly glad to be here to share with them. But later that year, we travelled to Sweden on a skiing trip where injury was shared by all. Also on this trip, a chant will be born that will be used in the USA Church in New Hampshire. It is the word Deo. Can we do this one last send off, please?
Thanks, lads. We then came to third year, where we faced our first major hurdle with the junior cert. But before we could overcome this challenge, many of us took part in the school musical Carmen. This was a resounding success and has provided us with many great memories. Well done to everyone who took part.
But while the majority of the team was freaking out about the most important exam of their lives, the junior cert, 28 of us are having such a different year transition year. We also had 2 newcomers to our school, our Spanish buds, Maximo and Sergio, joining us for the year. But when we did bother to work, we made moves that we considered to be worthy of Oscars. We took on the roles of directors, and we can't forget, we kept time Park free and stop things, like Sin Bad Lads. We can all say that 4th year was definitely a great experience, and we were part of the most memorable year the school has ever seen, but we'd like to think it was for good reasons. We took the year very seriously, and when we didn't have to work, we didn't. But the time finally came to say goodbye to a stress-free year. In September, it came to reality, and we had to join this year group. Soon enough, after awkward first week or so, we all realised that this year, who we considered to be demons, weren't actually that bad, and we managed to make friends. Who would call us?
The 5th year was memorable for many reasons. This year became the first year group to travel beyond the Atlantic on a tour of America, and God knows what Mr. Cosgrave and Mr. Donnelly were thinking. And at the time of our lives, eating daily in Krabby Jack's restaurant and having a great disco with the coolest and best DJ Gorham, New Hampshire had to offer. We all actually managed to get on the slope. Yes, that's right. Even Christopher Tracy, Carol Stafford and the Singles did a whole new standard for the slope now, as I feared most of the snow off now.
But we didn't have too many incidents on the slopes. However, there was one incident that was worth mentioning. One student had the dubious pleasure of being the only student to break a limb without even setting foot on the snow.
The trip also made us aware of some students' dream tendencies. For example, one female student kept trying to look to hug a tree, But luckily for her, she kept listening as she was on skis at the time. Phoebe the good man showed smart teachers on the trip, with thinking outside of the box. When we weren't allowed to go out for food, the lads got the food to come to them. And a student realised his true calling in life, where he made up such memorable chants, utilising Dale from Sweden, and bringing new ones such as ending everyone's surname with Bear. And apologies to his parents, but it's still a joke.
Well, it's not very good.
Well, maybe I'll be there.
I was there.
Good.
We also shopped till we dropped on the outlet mall. We had a very enjoyable trip and we all became friends with people we never thought we would. But back in Ireland, school continued and we held the first hour of political awareness.
And in case you didn't notice, it was organised by yours truly.
But for once, we got to say we really talked straight to the politicians. Politics Week is also on the same week as the Trophy Soccer Marathon, where the students, of course, trashed their teachers, as per usual.
We all realised our full modelling potential as many of us shuttered our stuff down, and in some cases fell down, trying to snap off the LGBT fashion show. The money raised for this fashion show contributed towards a fantastic piano, which you can all see here, as well as going towards making a big difference towards the lives of children suffering from cancer in Our Lady's Children's Hospital in Dublin.
Our summer exams came next and we moved into the PE hall for the first time.
And mechanics exams particularly because no one had done gymnastics before.
Moving on very swiftly, September 2009 arrived in the blink of an eye, and all of a sudden we were 6 years at St. Mac Daras. Teachers began to talk about the leaving cert and how soon we'll be here and how we should all keep our heads down. But by November there was only one topic of conversation amongst people in the class: limo or bus to the depths.
No matter what the extracurricular activity, students represented the school in the most conscientious and respectful manner.
Over the years, this year group has a great achievement in sports. The girls' soccer team has been successful across Leinster, and especially in Camogie, where year after year they've excelled in this discipline.
And also the boys' Gaelic football team have won of the worst records, recently having never won a match in 5 years. But it's taken to have the count, lads, and lads, there's always the girls' leagues.
But during our 5 years in this school, an amazing figure of €300,000 had been raised to Trowbridge to help people less fortunate than ourselves. This is fantastic reflection on the generosity of this year group, and we must also mention the other charities which we have helped. Simon Community Achievers Town, Focus Ireland, and Amnesty International. For this year, we achieved the title of the best school in Ireland. We can be proud of this generosity of spirit. Here in this school, we help the lives of so many people.
I think a round of applause is in order for this fantastic.
Great times we share together. There are some people we need to acknowledge.
There are many people we would like to thank for helping us through our 5 or in some cases 6 years here at Mac Daras. Without their guidance, direction and assistance, it's hard to imagine a more enjoyable time spent here.
Mr. Ryan, you've always been there for all of us and you've always went your way to lend a hand wherever you could, no matter how big or small our problem would be. You always motivated us to do our best and achieve what we wanted, especially during this stressful year. We will always be grateful for having you as our principal. Thank you. And on behalf of our year, Ivana and Rob would like to present you a token of our appreciation.